Celebrities you didn't know were adopted. It seems like every day there's a new opportunity to learn more about your favorite celebrities, whether it's finding out their net worth and dating history or discovering their star signs and surprising family connections. Where their upbringings are concerned, many stars over the years have spoken out about being adopted, whether they were brought home at birth or taken in by adoptive parents as children. Nicole Richie, Colin Kaepernick, and Faith Hill have all used their spotlight to openly talk about their experiences being adopted, and we've rounded them up, along with more stars. Number 1. Nicole Richie. Nicole was adopted by singer Lionel Richie and then wife Brenda when she was 9 years old. She was born Nicole Camille Escovedo, and her biological parents are Peter Michael Escovedo, a musician who toured briefly with Lionel, and Kate Moss, an assistant to Nicole's aunt, singer, and drummer Sheila E. When Nicole was 4, her birth parents agreed to let her move in with Lionel and Brenda, as they were unable to care for her financially. About being adopted, Nicole has said, "My parents were friends with Lionel. They trusted that they would be better able to provide for me."
And he never gets mad when you do this stuff.
1 year on, well, technically it wasn't April Fool's, it was 4 in the morning the next day, but I like to wait till April Fool's is over and then come in for the kill.
That's a good move.
I had a guy friend of mine wake him from a dead sleep at around 3:30 or 4 in the morning and say that they were the Nevada police and that I've been arrested.
Oh, great.
So that was... At the time, it didn't go over well, but
Yeah.
it's one of his favorite stories.
Is it really?
Yes, yes. Yes.
What did they say you were arrested for? I don't think we should encourage it. I really don't.
Number 2. Colin Kaepernick. Athlete and activist Colin Kaepernick was adopted by his parents when he was 5 weeks old. His birth mother, Heidi Russo, was unable to care for him at the time, and he was adopted by Rick and Teresa Kaepernick, who had lost 2 sons of heart defects and wanted to add a son to their family.
We had some genetic counseling when I was pregnant with Devin, and found out there was a high incidence of heart defects in our family. So we decided that we just could not have any more children, and maybe in the future we would adopt. So we waited 6 years before we actually adopted.
And in 1987, they adopted a baby named Colin.
He was 5 weeks, 6 weeks old, and then you're getting a child, and it's like birth.
They handed him to me, and it's just kind of an overwhelming feeling. It's, you know, I think both of us, we just cried.
Number 3. Lana Condor. To All the Boys star Lana Condor has spoken out about being adopted from Vietnam at 4 months old. "I have an adopted brother too. We aren't related or from the same adoption agency or anything though, so people don't know how to talk about adoption. They don't know how to approach me because they think it's a sensitive subject. However, I love to talk about it. I like to make people feel more comfortable, and it's great to have this platform and be able to shed light on adoption and how it's a beautiful thing. Instead of being tiptoed around, it's been exciting for my parents as well. I hope the other girls who have been adopted are watching the journey. We can celebrate it. It's a gift," she told LUS.
I want to tell everyone your story if they don't know your story.
Okay.
You were born in Vietnam,
Yes, I was.
and then you were adopted by an American family. And
Yes.
And where did you grow up?
I grew up everywhere. I'm like a nomad. So my parents brought me to Chicago and then to Washington State, where I lived on Whidbey Island, which I don't know if you're familiar with it, but Whidbey
no.
Island is a farm island. Yeah, well, it was just I grew up with a bunch of horses, and I grew up with animals, and just it's like we're all hippies on the island. And so now whenever I go back, they're like, "How did you from here to now you're doing this?"
Number 4. Jamie Foxx. Eric Marlon Bishop, known professionally as Jamie Foxx, is an American actor, singer, comedian, writer, film producer, and film director. As an actor, his work in the 2004 Ray Charles biographical film, Ray, earned him the Academy Award and BAFTA Award for Best Actor, as well as the Golden Globe Award for Best Actor in a Musical or Comedy. The same year, he was nominated for the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in the action film Collateral. Fox was adopted by his mother's adoptive parents. He spoke about his adoption on the show, Beat Shazam. You know what's amazing? I was adopted at 7 months. My grandmother, Esther Marie. That's not actually my biological grandmother. She made sure I had every tool that I needed to grow and expand. Number 5. Keegan Michael Key. Comedian Keegan Michael Key was adopted at birth and reconnected with his birth mother at 25. He told Chicago Now, "In 1996, I found my biological mother. I am adopted. Finding her was something that had always been in my mind. My parents always said that's a possibility for you. At age 25, I found her, and that was the most unexpected and crucial and significant and foundational things that has happened in my life." Number 6. Kristen Chenoweth. Singer and actress Kristen Chenoweth was adopted when she was a baby. Something she says was one of the best things to ever happen to me. It was never something that was hidden from me, and it is not something I have ever been ashamed of. Chenoweth told the Huffington Post, "Not everyone can say that, but I count myself lucky to have a birth mother who loved me enough to know she wasn't ready to be a mom. I'm lucky that I have wonderful parents who chose me. I often say adoption is a full circle blessing, and I truly believe it. Adopted children were not abandoned. We were chosen." Number 7. Skrillex. Skrillex was adopted by a close friend of his biological parents, something he didn't find out until he was 15. He was reportedly shocked, as his biological mother would often visit as a friend, but he had no idea. Number 8. Marilyn Monroe. Marilyn Monroe was born Norma Jean Mortensen to Gladys Baker. Her father was listed as Martin Edward Mortensen, but Marilyn never acknowledged him as such. When she was young, her mother was mentally and financially unstable, so she placed Marilyn with foster parents, Albert and Ida Bolender. During an episode, Gladys tried to forcibly take Marilyn back, but did not get her again until she owned a home. Not too shortly after, she was moved to the State Hospital of Norwalk, and Marilyn became a ward of the state and began working her way through different foster homes. Number 9. Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton was born William Jefferson Blythe III. His father died 3 months before he was born, and his mother left him in the care of his grandparents, Eldridge and Edith Cassidy, for years. His mother remarried to Roger Clinton, but it wasn't until Bill was 15 that he took on the surname. Number 10. Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs was born to Abdul Fattah Jandali and Joanne Shibley, but when Shibley's father forbids her from continuing her relationship with Jandali, she moved to California and gave Steve up for adoption. He was adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs. After they found out, they did not conceive and carry out a pregnancy. His biological parents married when his maternal grandfather passed away and had a daughter, all unbeknownst to Steve at the time. What do you think of this list? Which of these superstars was most shocking to you? Let us know using the comments. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, share, and subscribe. See you next time!